I think people have heard Marilyn Manson organ grinder enough. If not, go out and check out Marilyn Manson organ grinder. Amelia, you with me?
Yeah.
Evan, you with me?
Yep.
All right, we got a fresh hour and a half now. Let's talk some EFED. So yeah, Standards of Greatness podcast. It there's never going to be a tournament that someone is always going to shit on it, and usually you find out who the scumbags are whenever you do things like these, because for 85% of it is people loving it. People can't get enough of it, especially the slow burn. The anticipation. I mean, we got Roman Reigns and Ryan Days, which I'm looking forward to. We got Amelia and Sean May. What's that?
You called Rob Roman Reigns.
Oh Lord, maybe it's ego. No, I like Rob, and that was just a mistake on my part.
Rob's a good brother.
That's not the first time that I've caught him that, actually. I've done that before. In fact, I did that in a promo in NEW one time. So, everybody, we're back. The area code is 515-602-9707, 515-602-9707. Call in.
Go ahead and call in.
Yeah. I'm going to let you two, if Amelia wants to take the wheel for a second while I post this link.
Oh.
Sounds good.
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot now.
Well, you
so how about them Yankees? No, I'm kidding. Hey, whatever. Okay, I do want to state for the record, when it comes to the podcast, the tournament, you've seen some of the greatest work of people within these past couple of months since this tournament has started. You know, like I've seen Dolphins blossom. I've seen John May has taken on, like, he has history with Ruby Knight, and seeing him progress and surpass and not stoop down to respond as to, like, get back and to continue on with what his idea was is great.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing the progression of so many people that you've seen from the very beginning of just being friends with them, or just, just in general, I think it's great. You can see so many people learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. I'm enjoying the progress between everyone that's in the tournament, and
that's the thing. Like, this tournament was built to be different. It was designed to show the progression throughout the event. With that in mind, the whole consistency narrative. It's not just round by round. Like, if you're building for me and Brian, we're building stories throughout.
Yeah. I see that, and I want to say it was a challenge for me when I went against Crimson Wolf, because I had just went against him in PWR. So it's like trying to I didn't want to rephrase the same narrative, and I wanted to take what we did in PWR and not bring in PWR into the tournament, but more along the lines of, hey, like, if you think what I did before was any worse, imagine now, because this is a higher stake, or something like that. But I enjoyed it for the most part, and I love Bomber to death. I do. I just don't understand why he called everyone by Amelia.
No, you
why
don't.
He called everyone
the lies you tell.
No, I like him. It's just, why would he call people Amelia lights? That just you make it sound like that's the kind of brand, a wish brand of Pedialyte or something. Like, why would you do that? Amelia lights. That sounds like
a lot of the things that he does.
I was listening to this and like John messaged me. He goes, "Oh, I'm an Amelia light." I'm like, "Please don't say that."
Well, of course he is.
I was like,
It makes it sound like they're disciples.
Oh God, I would rather take a disciple than an Amelia light.
A rent cycle.
Nah, see, now I'm picturing John dressed up like a Mennonite.
Oh, you see, you can't.
Christ,
You can't.
Kevin.
Yeah, I think I need to see the Church of Amelia.
No, we don't. We don't need to see anything. This is not happening.
They have a
over.
steeple, and on each side of the steeple, one side there's a horse, and one side there's Harvey the goat.
Oh, you leave Terry and Moreau out of this.
Oh no.
Rest in peace, Harvey.
That goddamn horse.
That goddamn horse is frozen.
That's the best running joke I think I've created since the fuck Soul Star coffee shit.
What? You know what? I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Every time I looked at that shit, it made me laugh. And if you could do me the pleasure, sir, of I just posted the link in the Standards of Greatness podcast. If you could just do me the pleasure of okaying that one.
You're good too.
And we're going to we're going to take a small break, but not as big of a break as you would think.
15 minutes?
Here's a little word from Thomas Austin.
Oh, God.
I don't fear shit. Wasps, women, weed, 5Gs.
Yeah.
That was it? That was it? Is no one going to answer me? Was that all?
That was Thomas Austin.
Okay, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it that was it. That was all. That was very anticlimactic. That didn't last long. Okay, question. Let's think of questions.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had a call from the boss man.
Who the hell is the boss man? Are you not the boss man of your own show?
Stay out of my goddamn face, you fucking buzzard.
So yeah, anyway, my kitchen's filled with flies. Oh, goddamn.
Oh, Jesus. Just one day. One day. Can we just go one day without that damn song?
Let's talk about T Money, Timothy Money, T Money, and Casey Riddle.
Yeah, that one's been really intriguing to me. It's like it's some of the best work I've seen out of KC in a while, and T Money. The first hype was interesting because it wasn't what is usually you can kind of see him more and there's more of a presence to it, but it was almost like the voice from the darkness reaching out and talking to Casey about the violence and about how he's in love with it. It was very interesting.
Right. Yeah, it was. Another match. Hollywood Watkins and Xander Shaw, my former rival as Mr. X. I used to whip his ass every week in NEW. Me and Corey Heck caused him to be unmasked and showed to the world that he was in fact Xander Shaw, taking on Hollywood Watkins. And just as a spectator, I will say
that one,
that
I tried to when I was listening to it, because both these guys aren't familiar with the comp scene. They're both still relatively new, so it's a whole new experience for both of them. It was actually really, really close. For me, I think Watkins edged him out a little bit in terms of overall quality, but that's some of the best work I've seen Eric put up in a long time.
Yeah, I would agree. He seemed a bit rusty. It's been a while for him.
he hasn't really been active since HKW and when HKW closed and NEW went on hiatus.
I haven't. We were Jeopardy buddies. We used to play Jeopardy on PS4 together. So it's hard for me to watch him and you know, give an unbiased opinion. But in my unbiased opinion, I think he did decent. Watkins,
yeah,
I know Watkins may be new to the ComFed team, but I've always seen Watkins as the Watkins is. I've made no beef about saying this. He's in my top 5 of my favorite E-Fetters. I love it. I love the roll intro. Love it all. Love it.
Yeah, he's always constantly evolving. That's the thing about Watkins. Honestly, if there are 2 people if I could bring them into PWR that I think would thrive, it'd be Watkins and Clarence Fletcher Townsend. CFT's voice, you heard his voice, Darken. He's the voice. The one that you were raving about? How you couldn't believe he was that young?
Hayden.
Yeah, I think honestly Hayden might be able to do what Oliver Titan failed at, and that's be a true manager.
Sorry.
He's the one that, if I'm not mistaken, he comes on the Standards of Greatness podcast and introduces you guys.
Yeah, he does our intro for us. He came on actually as a guest host one time.
7 feet tall.
Yeah, he's got a voice that's built for like radio broadcast. Like when I listen to him, I think he's calling an MLB game.
I listen to him and I feel like I'm watching Win Ben Stein's Money.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Like,
in a good way. I like Hayden.
Imagine pairing him with, Bronx Bomber and Motherfucker as like a faction.
Oh, God, I'll quit.
Think about that.
Now, from what I've heard he can write good, but I've heard his promo game isn't quite up to par as he would like it to be.
He's been working a lot on that. He's doing a lot more video stuff nowadays. He's very quick-witted with the written stuff, but he's really into the video more.
Where can we
it's
see
something
his
that,
work
like,
at?
trying to think. I know he's in HWA and 3-Dub. Those are 2K feds. He was in OEW, I think, for a little bit. I could be
I'm banned from there.
No, OEW ain't no more, apparently, so.
Yeah, I did read that.
And I'm always going to be the guy that's going to be the paranoid guy that's skeptical. It just seems funny that HSW, OEW, and XWE are all closing their doors. I wonder if they're going to try to form some kind of super fed, which would look good on paper, but wouldn't last a goddamn heartbeat because of the egos. But I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah, I don't know if that would last. I don't know who ran HSW. I don't think I was in that one as a spectator.
Conrad Wallace.
Yeah, name sounds vaguely familiar. I'm not really familiar with it.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Oh, geez. No, just no. Just
the prepubescent Mickey Mouse.
No comment.
By the way,
the
thoughts and words of Darken Graves are not necessarily the thoughts and comments of Pro Wrestling Reality or any other kind of fed. They're my own thoughts. So you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at me. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you.
Yeah, don't jump on my inbox, please. Because then I'll send him after you. Don't do that.
Well, they probably wouldn't have
if
you just said don't jump into my inbox.
Yeah.
And then I
love when people jump in my inbox.
No, I don't like people jumping in my inbox because I either get.
I look forward to getting comments from Evan in the inbox because I know it's either going to be something funny or something interesting. I never get anything non-interesting from Evan.
My thing is,
I think everyone suffers through Evan's morning's meat. Evan suffers from just, if I have to see it, so do you. So I like when I get home from work and the first thing I see is the wrestling god Evan Jones has posted a meme, and I'm like, well, fuck, I don't want to see it. And then I see it, and now it's stuck in my head for the rest of the day. So Evan, thank you for that, because some of your memes have scarred me for life.
Good.
Well,
that's what I'm aiming for.
That's what he's aiming for. Yeah. I was gonna say, let me put him over.
I'm playing the long game. I'm playing the long game. If I do that enough and you get enough mental scars, you'll just forfeit the Apex Championship to me.
That's not happening.
No, but I do want to say I'm really enjoying your work that you've done with that since you won. Like, I've always enjoyed your work, but really, this thing between you and motherfucker had really had me on the edge of my seat.
You know what? I enjoyed what it brought out of me. I enjoyed that I was able to. Huh?
I don't think I've seen anybody really bring that side of you out since, me or Darken.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and I will give him his flowers. But the thing is, I'll give him his flowers, but it's not the way. No, not you. Curtis, or motherfucker, however he wants to call himself. I will give him his flowers, meaning that even though he tried to make me go one way, I took the route that I did. My thing is, and what I was upset about is the idea that I have a position, quote unquote, in PWR. I don't have a position. I don't know half the shit that goes on backstage. I'm just there for the results, and when I'm being booked, I'm being booked, and what's needed of me.
And I can attest to that she's telling the truth, because let's go ahead. It's going to be known anyway that I'm the head of production now of the results show. Scott doesn't tell anyone anything. He wants natural reactions from everyone. Unless it's something serious like that you really need to know about, and that's not very often, Scott's lips are shut. That you get a better chance of getting an answer from a brick wall.
Yeah, I mean, and then the problem is if you're seen as the face of a company or as one of the higher ups, even on screen only, you're gonna get that connotation. I got it in HKW where everyone just assumed, because you're part of management or because you're the top guy or the champion, you're just handed things. And it sucks because it really deflates your motivation to want to ask people.
No, it definitely did, but what I can say is my tenure here in PWR, no one has made that assumption, except for the women's division that was there when I was there, and then they disappeared. I don't know what happened. And then I like to stick to the storyline. I don't like if, for example, if me and Darken were in another fed and we had a storyline in that fed, I get it, that storyline, and then now we're in PWR, I'm not going to bring that fed or said storyline or the history from that to PWR. I could say we have a history. I can say that my win-loss record with you is this and that, but I'm not going to state that that company or what we did back then, because it has no relevancy to what we're doing now. So when you bring stuff from other feds to the storyline of PWR, it kind of takes the fun away from it, because it's just all right, I'm not talking about what happened then. I'm talking about what's going on now. Because if I were to talk about what happened then it'd just be a shoot. And I'm not about to do I'm not about to do a shoot. I'm here to tell a story. I'm here to have my fun. You know?
Yeah. No.
So
yeah. that's one of them things where it's a little bit of a gray area. So, like, for me, like, let's say we have Chris Chaos, one of my oldest friends in the world, in PWR. Our history connects through 10 plus companies at this point. Us referencing things makes sense. But, like, if it's just like you had a one-off, then it just, like, you don't want to rely on that as your only storyline catalyst. There needs to be more to it.
Yeah, I agree. And I was, like I said, I was very happy with my work. One thing I do want to say, in the promo series with him, he mentioned a dark production. So I went to Darken and I said, do you want to edit my last promo and throw in that this was a dark production to see if he catches the idea?
Yeah.
And Darken was like, yeah, Darken was like, sure. So I did.
I don't want to keep on horn. I consider myself one of the best editors in this game.
I just can never wear those earrings again.
Oh my God, those earrings and the green screen do not go together.
No, so I told him I want to do this promo, and I'm gonna make the comparison of Motherfucker and Dorian Gray. So I did this promo. It was almost just about 7 minutes long, and I told him somewhere in between the promos, just say that this was a dark production. I want to see if Curtis, if Motherfucker can go with the storyline, if he can remember what he said in his promo, and then understand why I did it. To hey, this is what it is. He did it.
Can I ask you real quick? Let me interrupt you while you're talking.
I hate you.
The Dorian Gray storyline, there's some controversy there. Because people are saying that it's been done in the DMVF.
It was, all right. It was I used the idea of Dorian Gray way back when in the DMVF against JTO. And that was in a written promo in the comment section. So if you were to ask me to find it, I can't, because I don't know what thread it was, what comment, what happened, but it was a written and it was at least 7 paragraphs I wrote for a comment. It was a response. And I didn't copy and paste it. I don't even remember what I said. I just remember I did a comparison with Dorian Gray. It wasn't the same comparison, though.
So you think that's what Fucker's talking about when he says plagiarism?
I mean, can someone plagiarize their own work?
It's not plagiarism if it's your own work unless you're in the academic field.
Thank you.
Right.
I rest my case.
There you go, America.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't plagiarize my own work.
If you're publishing a paper and you can theoretically plagiarize your own work if you don't give it credit, but that's only in academics. That's not
my thing is
fucking. It's not wrestling,
No, exactly. My thing is this was in the DMVF where the DMVF we didn't even know it was a thing that what we did. We didn't know that what we did was called e-setting. So if you want, I can take a whole day and look for this sad promo that I did against JTO and put it on there for everyone to see. But I am in love with I'm in love with stories like Dorian Gray. So putting 2 and 2 together, whenever I do something, I don't write a script. I don't plan it. I shoot from my mind. I don't plan anything. I'll plan little phrases here and there to remember. But I don't plan nothing. I had just gotten off the phone with Darken before I did my second promo against Motherfucker. They're just sporadic. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call you back. I got to shoot a promo. And I'll shoot the promo, and then I'll edit it I'll edit it how I edit it, and then, post it. My editing skills have improved dramatically since I joined PWR. So, I've had, Darken help edit with some promos, But I've learned from like him. I've learned from Mega. I've learned from. That's it. I've learned from him and Mega. Those are the only two people that taught me how to edit and put music and use a green screen and Scott too and all that stuff. Like I've learned from them and I just added my own thing. That's why with me I do the countdowns for the shows. Those countdowns that you see, I do them and I'm proud of them. You know, the intros that you see, I do them. The one with the voiceovers, that's all Scott and Mega. But the intros where you see little clips of the roster and the background, that's what I do. And I'm proud of that. But to say that I plagiarize or I take someone's work, never. Never. Because I didn't even know there was a Chris Chaos. I didn't even know there was the original Sin Chaos until I realized that there was a whole other world of e-setting aside from, like, the two little ones that I used to be in. Like, I didn't know there was a wrestling god. come on. And it's just
that's the real wrestling god.
The funny thing about the wrestling god, it'll be 4 years I've been doing the gimmick since August, or once we hit August. The funny thing is, so when I started doing it and like thinking about what I wanted to do as a heel, because I was a babyface for 3 years before that. God, that makes me feel old. I've been doing this almost 6 years.
I've been doing this for 11. Tell me about it.
But like, so my thing is with the wrestling god, when I chose that and like thought of how I wanted to present it, there was nobody in the game doing it. No goddesses, no gods. There were a lot of kings, and I was like, I'm staying away from that.
Well, there was the devil. There was an unholy icon.
Well, see, at that point, I hadn't heard of you, Darken. I had just come across you actually shortly after I turned heel. So nowadays, there's a lot more gods and goddesses, you know, things like that. Like Amelia is actually the first goddess I've seen in probably about a year and a half, but you actually do it well. So
I try. The reason why I chose, like, aside from doing my homework and me believing, in love with Greek mythology, Norse mythology, anything when it comes to like gods and what they stand for, I'm in love with. The reason why I wanted to go down the route of the goddess is because I got tired of seeing majority of the women in this division, in this community, portraying psycho, crazy, hit me harder, daddy issues. You know, I didn't want to go down that route. I wanted when I did choose Eris as a name, it was between Eris and Nyx. Nyx is like is the goddess of the night, and that's how that's how we Casey's daughter is Maria Nyx, and I helped her come up with her name, and I'm happy to see that she's promoting, and I wish her the best of luck. But I do my homework on it. So when I created the Goddess of Chaos, I that's what she's going to be. She's not going to be demonic and scary and psycho. She's not going to be sexualized in any way. She is going to be methodical. She is going to be manipulative, and she's going to be a step ahead of everyone else. So seeing how Amelia Eris grew to what she is now, I am very, very proud of that, and I would not change it in any way, shape, or form.
A fucking man.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best thing that honestly people can do is like just be authentically themselves and just dial it up to 11.
Yep, I try. I've tried.
No, you don't try. You do. You do. I told this to Evan the other night. He said I try. I said, no, you don't try. You do. And let me both give y'all both y'all's dead flowers. Even though that's the same as flowers with me. Dead flowers. My character. Evan Jones. For those of you, if you don't know who he is, pull your head out of your ass and check him out because you should know. he is, to me, he's a throwback, and I love it. He is, when I see him perform, it's like watching primetime wrestling again. The voice, the intensity, the just everything about him, it screams throwback, but in the present. And he's made it a name for himself. And like I said, he's the greatest Power Stars champion ever. Amelia Eris, the Apex champion, the glue that holds PWR together, in my opinion, the next world champion.
I appreciate it.
I'm truly humbled to be with you guys.
You think about it. You could cash in on C.E.O.
I could. Will I? We will never know.
She'll never tell.
What I want to see you start taunting
Still
him.
getting over the fact that Los Verdugos ain't what they used to be.
No, why are you talking? Like, don't you get tired of the way your upper lip smells right now? Stop talking your shit. Just stop it.
Well, it smells just like your. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, go ahead. I fucking dare you.
I wouldn't give away our secrets.
What
keep
secret?
Exactly. Keeping kayfabe. That's what I love about you.
I can't stand you.
We would never go on a deserted island together. Of course not.
Never. We don't do deserted islands. Sand everywhere. No, thank you.
I did miss Aruba though. Oh.
Oh shit! Hold on. Hello.
Really?
Hello.
What? What's going on? Hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're getting a behind-the-scenes view of Amelia Eris on the phone.
What?
Who could be calling? Who's the mystery caller? Tune in next week, same bad time, same bad channel.
Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I'm so confused. Are we ending this now?
No, why would we be ending this now?
No.
I don't know. That's what
He was trying to figure out who called you.
We have 50
Nobody
minutes.
called me. My Bluetooth was dying. I had to switch it out. Nobody was calling me. Jeez.
Sure. We heard
somebody
in the back.
I appreciate
Did I
the
tell you
compliment.
that there's a... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying there's people doing construction in the backyard, so that's all to hear. You hear just a bunch of angry Mexican people yelling.
Oh, it sounds good there in your compound. Speaking of compounds, this show is brought to you by
Fuck IW.
Thank you, Thomas.
You should really get Enforced You to sponsor. They're great. They pay tons of money.
I would love that. I would love that shit.
That I forgot about how that running gag worked too.
But yeah, I actually went and clicked on it to see if it was real or not. But we're also sponsored tonight by Sling Blade. Sling Blade. Catch it in theaters 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Hey!
Wow.
Yeah, but
I said, get out of my house. That goes for cocksuckers and retards. Now get up off your asses and go. Come on.
Great movie for the family. Great movie for the family.
No, just no. I do have a question. I do have a question because no one's ever asked Evan this. Evan, who are you excited to be in the ring with that you've never been in the ring with before? Who are you excited to battle against? Whether it be whether it be in the tournament or in PWR or whatever active set that you're in, who do you want to go against and who do you not want to go against?
There's absolutely nobody in this game I don't want to go against. Let's be real here. I will throw hands with everybody. As far as the tournament,
we got to finish the story.
As far as the tournament,
we were shorthanded.
What?
All right, let me finish. Go ahead.
So, as far as the tournament, honestly, there's very few people I haven't shared the ring with at some point. Up until the Clash of the Cliques in PWR, I hadn't faced Wolf, so I was looking forward to that first time meeting, and him and I are both still excited for it in the tournament. I've faced Watkins, I faced Amelia, faced Vander Shaw, I faced Brian, Rob Roman, a good friend of mine. I faced him multiple times. T-Money I faced off with once. I'm trying to think. Don't have the brackets right in front of me. I don't think I've ever faced Ron. No, I have faced Ryan Days now that I think about it. Yeah, it was in MBC. Yeah, it's Wolf, and then, whoever else, is in the tournament that's left standing after I face Wolf, whether I win or lose.
Let me ask you something, Evan.
So basically it's going to be me and Evan for the final spot. That's what we say.
Don't sleep on Hollywood Watkins.
Don't give Patty Reynolds any more ammunition he needs. It's based on how good the performances are. This is a judge.
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not second guessing anybody's work.
I understand that your ego is the size of your forehead, but let's leave it up to the judge.
Yeah, that's an area code.
But
so that's how we gonna play it. I see how it is. Let's see how it is.
I want to ask Evan, how disappointed were you about Robbie? Because I thought Robbie was he could have won the whole thing, possibly.
I mean, he got kind of a tough draw in a tough bracket. Like, the way the computer generated all of the matches, when I looked at it, I was looking at it on paper, and I was like, you've got Crimson, me, Amelia.
I hate to interrupt
you. Got Homie.
We got a caller. Let's take this call.
I'm
sorry. Caller, you're on the air with Darken and Amelia Eris. How are you?
Yes, this is Leroy Washington. I just want to know, how many more Amelia Eris interviews are we going to get?
God damn it, Scott. I hate you.
I'm not good at impressions, am I?
No, you're good, but I know it was you from a heartbeat because I heard this impression already.
You heard Leroy Washington?
You just forgot.
Well, when you do that shit.
How are you guys? I figured I'd mix things up a little bit, and the fact that I still haven't made it to the Standards of Greatness podcast, I figured I'd come talk to Evan here and chat with him.
Why do you sound congested and sick? You sound congested. Go take your nap, you old bastard.
How could I miss the 15th Amelia Eris presentation? I couldn't miss it. Besides,
how you doing, Scott? Good to hear from you.
Darken, the host of this great show, needed a little star power. It was lacking a little bit, so I said, let me call in. I'm off the coffee, so nothing else to do. So I came in just to say hi to you guys, haze you guys a little bit. No, but real talk, Evan, you've been tremendous, man. I kind of marked time when you came in PWR is like the renaissance or the rebirth, so to speak. You were like the first person that I truly wanted and recruited when I came back for my what's being called the hiatus, I guess. I guess that's what everybody calls it. It was really just me taking a break and smoking a lot of pot and, doing a lot of other things. But anyway,
if you don't mind me saying, Scott, shush me. If you don't mind me saying, Scott, me and you've talked about Evan, and we both said he's a nice, almost like a throwback, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. Evan can do it all. He can get in the ring with just about anybody, tell a story. Very, very, very bright mind behind the scenes as well. Somebody that I talk to, quite a bit about ideas and, what could work, what couldn't work. And I think it's a testament, and it goes to show why we're doing so well is because, when you have a lot of great storytellers and then you have people that are, invested in actually building stories and telling them, that makes storytelling feds fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for the kind words. I didn't realize I was that old school. I think I might be the youngest person on this podcast.
Well, wait, let's see. Let's test. Let's test that out. How old are you?
That's what I hang up.
33.
No, I'm the youngest one. Yay!
Scott's 27, so I got to be the oldest person.
Exactly.
Oh, you are such a kiss ass. It's disgusting. Ew.
That's why the shirt says Scott.
It's not kissing ass when you're telling the truth.
Well, we all know Scott's not 27.
We all know that I always tell the truth.
Mhm.
No, but yeah, like when I came back, Evan was like the first guy I reached out to. I saw him, I believe, in OEW at the time. I was in that group, and I saw it before, and I said, you know what, this is the type of guy. And I knew him from TWE. Like, we had history, and I knew his from his ownership at HKW and stuff. So we always wanted to kind of work together. I believe, I hope I'm not speaking for Evan, but I think we always kind of had that vibe of, like, eventually I want to work with this guy. Eventually, we're going to do something. And the timing was right. And when he came in, I knew he was going to be good, but I'll be honest, I didn't know he was going to be this solid and this great for the company and for the locker room and just, being consistent and delivering. I mean, we're talking about, here's something I got to address real quick. Let me put this out there because I get it. EFED is just, a hobby and it's not real life. But the people who say that are the people who take this the most serious. And it's funny to me because as EFEDers, we have so many excuses. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm saying as a broad spectrum. Like, people have so many reasons why they can't make a promo or why they can't show up. Like, I remember weeks when Evan got the booster shot and was out of it. I remember when his bed. Just different situations, and he's always delivered. And again, it doesn't have to be the best, 5-minute promo with, glamour and glitz and all that. Just deliver, and he's always done that. He's always, been true to what he said, and that's the reason why we're rocking and rolling right now, guys like that. Because, he set the tone.
If y'all remember, I delivered 30 minutes after a seizure?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I get it. I get people have, rough days and people have rough weeks, and I give everybody that, but you start
at least communicate
that consistently. You start seeing people that consistently have issues or consistently can't make a deadline or consistently have a family emergency. And
grandmother squirrel got run over by a reindeer.
Oh my gosh. As an owner, it's a beautiful thing to have 2.5 people on this podcast that I'm talking to here that deliver all the time. I'll let you guys figure out.
I hate you so much.
Hey, Scott,
I want to kick you.
When we opened up the show, we was talking about lockdown aftermath and stuff. What were your thoughts on how the show went, the two-night show?
Oh, man, I thought it was crazy. I thought it was great. I was excited. I was telling you guys in the locker room, like, since I hung it up on the promo side, not like EFED hung it up. Like, eventually I'll be back, for a storyline or something that's intriguing.
You will.
But I won't oversaturate myself in my own group. Like, I always promise myself that. That's
how I get a hold of you.
Like, the enjoyment I get out of it is the storylines, seeing, having an idea, mapping it out in my head, maybe jotting it down, whatever, and then 3 months later seeing that pay-per-view, or a month later, whatever the timeline is, seeing that pay-per-view match. For example, Evan Jones and Screws, perfect example. Two guys used to be in a faction together. Obviously, it's coming, but you don't know who, you don't know when. And the turn happened, and then you have this great storyline match. and then you finish it. And that's what I like about conflict. That's what I like about PWR in general is we don't just start things, you know, we finish them. And whether there's bumps along the road or whether there's, you know, something that happens, somebody leaves, like we figure it out, we connect the dots, and there's a beginning and an end to everything, you know. So
and like I was saying earlier, you can't get shit out of you when it comes to who we're facing or anything. You are a brick wall. You love that natural reaction.
Even with the admins, like, you know, like people like, it's funny because like we'll be in creative chats or whatever, and then somebody will hit me up individually like, man, and you tell me, I'm like, nope. Like, cause to me, like, especially the admin team, but like the whole group, I look at everybody as my friends. You know, we're on this ride together. We all have a common interest of being wrestling fans and bringing something to life. So to me, the intrigue as a wrestling fan, as a kid, and every time is just the surprise, the shock, the what's going to happen next. So when I know there's people watching the lives, night 2, and their match was night 1, I know we're doing something right. You know what I mean? Because there's so many other things people could be doing and so many other groups people are in, but they're invested in other people's stuff. And I think that's the payoff for me, you know, as an owner. In eFair right now, I don't get my rocks off doing the promos like you do. You guys kill it every week. But I get it in, you know, the match cards and seeing, you know, obviously all matches don't pan out the way you want. But when you got an 80% ratio or you're, you know, 85%, you're doing all right, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Amelia, you got something you want to add to that?
No, I agree. I told Scott this a year ago before he went on his hiatus, and he thought, you know, we had a down moment, and I told him, I said.
And you were in charge. You were in charge at that point, right?
I wasn't necessarily in charge. We had just started doing live results, and
you and Brandon.
Yeah, me and Brandon, we did live results, and they were good. But to compare them to what me and Scott do, nothing compares to what me and Scott do.
Nothing
in comparison, you know. And I'm very, very happy with that chemistry. I'm very happy that I'm able to have that chemistry with Scott. We don't have to rehearse anything. Like, I'll come in 2 minutes before the thing. He goes, all right, just do this, and this. All right, bet. Everything else is just off the top of our head. You know?
Like throwing up in your mouth during the Scott Hall moment of silence.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I said, damn, Ray spitting his toothpick out. I said to myself, damn it.
You know what? And then the other time I overslept. I woke up at like 8:10, and all you saw was Scott like dancing around, like he had no idea what to do. And I'm like, oh my god, I am so sorry.
Water.
Hey, Evan, I'm sure Evan would agree with me, as they say, right, Evan? The show must go on. You know, if somebody got the show.
I've been in that position before where you don't know what you're doing, so you just kind of wing it.
Yeah, and like I said, I think one of my favorite memories, or something that I always enjoyed, was the first time we did the live results, and it was in my apartment. And he was like, "When will you do something where you rip the tape off my mouth?" And all I had was a lint roller, and I said, "Well, we could use this." And I tried so hard to stay. I tried so hard to stay in character, and I couldn't stay in character the entire time. I just kept cracking up. So it was fun. I enjoyed it, and we still continue to have our fun. And you know, it's just I like it. You know, it doesn't feel like a job. It's a hobby, and it's a hobby that I'm having fun with amazing people, and it's going to continue to stay like that. I'm not going to let anyone's opinion of it deter how I see it.
When it feels like a job, that's when it's time to you know, think about doing something different.
I have a question for you guys that I'm always curious about with talent, because I think of things from a different perspective. Obviously, I sit really high while you guys are sweating and wrestling in the ring. I'm making all the money. My question would be to you guys is, competition-wise, because I feel like all three of you have taken a rise above, you know, where you were previously to whatever times you guys each came into conflict or wherever that trajectory started. My question would be, is it just a cliche or is it really true that competition makes you better? Because I've seen a lot of people in the PWR locker room right now, as well as you three included, that have taken it to another level when you get in these circumstances or matches with somebody and you know you got to bring it that week. Or that's
who wants to start on this one? Who wants to answer first?
I'll go. You know, speaking kind of like my background, working like within both, you know, indie wrestling and working in HKW, and like with PWR, when I came to conflict, every time that I've gotten in the ring with somebody that, or in promo with somebody that, like, something about their character sparked an idea in me or like made me think outside the box. Competition does breed a level of success, but it's kind of also got to be a mutual thing where like both people are giving it. Right. And, you know, overall, I think, you know, probably the majority of my opponents.
By yourself. You can't compete by yourself.
Yeah. Majority of my opponents have always shown up. I don't think I've had anybody no-show me. You know, not like, you know, other places where, you know, I was 2 months into the, you know, being there and I had one opponent show in the 2 months. You know,
right.
That demotivates you.
That was very rude.
It's the investment
of him. That was very rude of him.
I saw what you did there. No.
What was that?
Sorry.
I said that was very rude of him.
Who?
Oh, Lord.
Remember the person that didn't.
And that bird just flew over that head.
Okay, what about you, Jill? Because, listen, let's be honest. For those who don't know, you weren't the cocky silent bitch you are now today before. Like, I literally had to, like, say you were like, you know, Bambi and I had to drag you to the water to drink.
The difference between the results show from now with the PWE stuff, her stuff is so much different. Yeah, the confidence level is, so that's what I mean. Like when you're mixing it up week in and week out with the JTOs, with the fucking Joe Megas, with the kill shots, the people, the P buddies, the people that you face, these feuds that you've had, these storylines, like it's night and day. Like from where you started to now, like what does that feel like to know that you've taken such a big leap?
You know, it's a surreal feeling. It's very surreal for the simple fact that if you would have never sent me a message about PWR, I wouldn't be here. And the
Can
fact
we go
that
back
you
to the Mandela effect? Is that what the Mandela effect is? It's not, but I was hoping it was.
Stupid. You know, and what I have
think
pictured.
That's obvious for me.
What I have pictured, you know, if it wasn't for PWR, there was a lot of things that would have never happened. You know, supremacy wouldn't be here. I would never have met Joker and KJ, and you would never been in, like, it just, PWR opened up so many doors. Yeah, like it opened up so many doors and so many opportunities, and to see how my character progressed from when me and you were up that whole night trying to figure out what works best and what I wanted, to her release, to the drama that happened then, drama that happened during, and whatever, just to see how she's done, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. I have no complaints.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely want to echo that.
Go ahead.
You know, honestly, like, before you messaged me, I was kind of, you know, there was a select few people I wanted to work with, but, like, I was kind of getting burnt out. You know, with HKW closing, it was like that was my home for ages, you know, five plus years. And, you know, I was on the thinking line of, well, maybe it's time to retire. But then when you messaged me and I came into PWR, I didn't know what to expect, but, like, it renewed my sense of energy and drive within the game. Like, bar none. It's become like a second home.
Grace, what about you? Because I know you talked to me about it at times. By the way, you're gonna have to pay me for the segment of the show, but we'll talk about it later.
Oh,
we'll
no.
do that off camera.
Oh, Jesus.
Graves.
You can keep the money in T-shirt sales.
Yeah, listen. No, seriously, I want to know, like, we talk about it behind the scenes, but share a little bit with everybody, like, how you went from kind of being in limbo in the place you were at before. You know, I don't take shots on my owner. I played a politically correct thing. I love everybody, but the place you were at before, you felt like you were kind of just in complacent land. You know,
I got you.
In limbo.
I got you.
Yeah, so coming to PWR, what does that do? Are you having fun again, buddy? Are you having fun again, buddy?
Oh God, yeah. And let me speak on that a little bit. My first little stint, my cup of coffee in PWR, I noticed. I was in the.
Fuck IW.
God,
you said it well, Thomas Austin. I was there in the land of two letters, and all of a sudden I saw this guy that I never heard of before. It said Christopher Scott Bull, and he would always send me a meme with a Devil's contract, and it seemed like he was following me everywhere that I would post. And I was like, maybe there's something to this. So let me see what he's all about. And I came into PWR. I made a mistake. I left, but I come back. I've been back since October, and if it wasn't for, even though I've only been back since October, if it wasn't for PWR,
okay, I don't mean to cut you off. But have you lost matches here? Have you lost matches in PWR?
Yeah.
Have you had any title runs?
I'm actually on a losing streak.
Oh, poor baby. Have you had any title runs?
No.
But you're still having the time of your life. Go figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, and I can honestly say, even though it's only been since October, but that's been a little while, I can honestly say that PWR probably saved me from quitting this hobby. And I owe a lot of that to Jill, and I owe that to you, Scott. You know, it made me feel like I was appreciated. I feel like I'm appreciated again. I feel like it gave me a new lease on life. You know what I'm saying? As far as competition goes, I always go into every match knowing in my heart, it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's the world champion, whether it's the Apex champion, or whoever. I know if I'm going in this match, I already know that I'm better than them. And I just got to do my job to prove that I'm better than them.
Now, that's interesting because when I used to promo, I'll be honest with you, when I used to promo, when I was going in, because to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of promo experience. Like, I didn't promo a long time in the quote-unquote ascend that I had. I didn't have a long run, but my thing was, when I was promoing is when I knew I was going against a big name or whatever, or somebody that I knew was talented, that would kind of like get me a little nervous but make me perform better. You know what I mean? Like, it would make me be more creative. It would make my words sharper. Like, if I was going against somebody I knew I could crush, it wasn't as, fun in a way, So in my mind, the way I feel, when I'm booking, my perspective is, I know if I book, Amelia, Evan Jones, and Darken Graves in a triple threat, and I add a twist to it, something happened the week before where, Evan got involved or hit somebody with it, whatever the case may be, like, if I can stir the pot a little bit and put three people who are on that level and all of you believe you're the best, that's going to be, that's the art of booking to me, you know what I mean? And I think,
it's funny,
like I said, it doesn't always work.
We're all three connected at some point. Evan was the first guy to beat me in PWR. Evan's beaten Amelia a few times. Amelia and me had this thing going on, so that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's just, definitely, yeah. But like I said, man, the show, the supremacy conflict, the whole branding of PWR, like, it's a testament to you guys coming out, busting 2, 3, sometimes 4 promos a week, grinding, being creative, and being patient with me, because we know in this game, you can't, like, in my mind, you can't be in a group or be in something and call it realistic if every match, somebody's got to get pinned. If you got 6 matches, you got to have 4 people lose. You might have a couple fuckeries in a couple matches, but you want to keep that win-loss. Somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose the majority of the time. And at one point or another, you guys have all taken, L. And the reason you guys are so great is you understand as long as it makes sense and as long as there's a connection, you guys are willing to sacrifice,
the bigger
ego or whatever it is to for the betterment of the show. And I think that's what makes Conflict special, is because I think everybody in that locker room at this point today is locked in, like focused to make this thing come off like a real TV show. And, it's like we're all in the locker room together doing a performance, a stage play or whatever.
Yeah, it's the bigger
Speaking
picture.
of performances,
we got a caller.
Speaking of performances.
What we say?
Caller,
I got
something. Eris.
Hello, boys and girls.
Who is this?
It's Brookie.
Hey, Lenore.
Hi.
It's Lenore.
How's going back to she's doing?
I'm good, hanging in there. Talking junk with these 3. What's going on, Brookie?
I'm good. Trying to do promos, but my cat is bugging me. So I thought, hey, screw it, I'll be popping in. See how you boys doing.
Doing great. Doing great.
What were you saying, Evan? When we cut you off, Evan? What were you going at?
Okay, so speaking of performances, I know Scott really likes when Amelia says my finisher. Do you guys know you're actually saying it wrong?
What's that?
It's not Dos Ex Machina. It's Deus Ex Machina.
So
it's Latin, not Spanish.
So Amelia said it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Latin.
So we're both saying
for the machinations of God.
Kind of like how she says.
I feel like, but
funke.
Here's the organic thing about the show, though. I feel like little moments like that are the fucking right. It's like what's
I
coming.
laugh every time. Right.
I
laugh every time you get excited for her to say it. You're like, this is what I pay you to do, and then she says it. I talk to you a little bit.
Let's just stick to the prompter, and everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, like that's one of those moments with me and Jill though, like that. You don't even remember till you think about it now. Like I can't say that finisher, so every time I look up and I hope she's paying attention.
LeVay lives on. My finisher.
Right, LeVay. It's just
what?
Hey,
Jill, what do you used to call it? Levy.
Levy, yeah. I do my own thing. Man.
Is Jill still here?
I think so. It's her show, wasn't it? What is it, you guys? Hello?
Hello? She's connected.
Hi.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry. I decided to pour myself a glass of wine.
Oh, we're drinking now. Wait, let me check the time.
Oh, yeah, I'm drinking.
Wait a minute.
Drinking.
We're not on Alaskan time. It's 2:39.
So?
Interesting.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey, I'm drinking as well.
I thought I forgot. I didn't know I muted myself. I think it was by accident. But I knew it wasn't Spanish. But the fact that you see Scott's face, like, oh my God, you're gonna say it. Go ahead and say it. I was like, okay.
Every time, it makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, especially when Scott says, "Go."
So
no, that ain't what it said on the prompter. That ain't what it said on the prompter.
I could make an old school
that
like
ain't
you
what the prompter says.
So that works. It fucking works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the beauty is like even like somebody might view it as a mistake. Little moments like that add like levity. They add comedy. They add like texture to the show.
Hey, it was a mistake from the beginning, but the mistake kept happening over, so it's a thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Evan, what did you think about the Powertron?
Oh, sorry. I'm staring at spreadsheets for work. I just got a bunch of them emailed me. Remind me what that is. My mind's going a little blank.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we're trying to add a little something.
Yeah, like, adding, like, things like that to the show also adds, like, dimensions within it. You know, and, like, there was I forget who, it's somebody's debut. I don't know if they're still with the company, but it was around the time I started. You guys are, like, doing little vignettes for them within the show. Like, that I thought was really cool. You don't see that with a lot of video results shows either.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys a question. It's a little off topic, and I know Graves, I'm in his pocket for these questions. But my question would be, I don't know if you guys talked about it before I came on, but let me get everybody's take on this guy, Big Homie, a.k.a. Robert Villegas. Because, did I say his last name right, Jill? Because you always butcher me. Anyway. Big Homie, longest reigning PWR World Heavyweight Champion. Like, listen, I met this guy when I first came in the game. I had my first tournament against him for, guess what title? The Apex Championship. But anyway, that's another story. But
that's interesting.
What I want to know from you guys is, he is really taking. We talk about people improving. We talk about people taking it to another level. Like, I remember certain people looking at Homie like, nah, he's not, nah. But now he's a star. And
he's definitely really come into his own.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a combination of, it's a combination, I'll tell you what it is. It's a combination, in my opinion, of his work ethic, to his character, which believability in this game is very important, and the fact that this affiliation with Los Verdugos, which is an animal within itself. So it's kind of like he was part of the, I feel like he was he benefited from not only, you know, his the way he looks and the way he talks, but putting him in a group with Joker J and Amelia, I think took him to another galaxy. What do you guys think about Big Homie?
Can I answer?
Definitely
Can I go first on this one? I'm actually he's gonna be on the podcast, the video podcast Sunday. So it'd be nice to get to know him a little bit better. But from what I've seen from him, he may be one of the most underrated talents that I've ever seen before. Or underappreciated, maybe.
I think people sleep on him because when they look at him and they see the character, they kind of take it at surface level. They don't see the depth that he's adding to it. Like, when him and, I think it was Motherfucker around Valentine's Day, when they were going back and forth, that was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
The creativity. Homie is creative as fuck.
He really goes head on in with the creativity.
Yeah. Amelia,
I think for Big Homie, for Big Homie, I think it's because of time and patience he has with his character. Every promo he does is updates and keep moving forward. All the opinions he will give to him, he keeps moving it on. He doesn't give up. He keeps fighting. He's becoming a fighting champion when he was the world champion.
Yeah, Amelia, Jill, what was that like working with him for, like, how long was it? Over a year? Almost, it's got to be over a year, more than a year. But what was that like working with him behind the scenes, creating, and then just seeing him from before world champion to now what he's become?
I just working in general, like when Los Verdugos was born, and we all decided to find the name and what it meant and how we wanted to do it, and just when we finally agreed on Los Verdugos and everything, and the idea, the whole rhythm of it, and the fact that we didn't need to talk and we already know how to flow. Like, how many times have we seen us in the Los Verdugos chat that we had a storyline, but we didn't need to discuss it. We already know what needed to be done. So the fact that we had communication, without communicating, just with us three alone, is a great thing. And I always loved working with him, even at that little stint where he thought that me and Joker were against him.
That was great.
You know? So
I got a quick question to stem off that, Jill. My question would be, because you speak Spanish so well, and I don't know if anybody else here does, but I'm assuming not.
I do.
If I'm right, I'll start with Evan because he's got that, and then Greg, he's got that old school flav. Like, to me, as a wrestling fan, seeing 3 people on that level and then they're speaking Spanish in the promos, like, that adds a whole nother dimension to the characters. Like, these motherfuckers are going to crush
it adds, it adds authenticity to the characters and realism with the believability. If they spoke the whole promo in Spanish, I feel like it would take it away from it. But like a little like subtle like things every once in a while, the way they do it, really it adds an intimidation factor to the casual viewer as well, because people they hear that and then they see the look, they see the believability, they see what they're saying. It kind of brings connotations together in their mind, and it makes them more believable.
But yeah, like I mean, in reference also to like seeing those groups come up in wrestling. You know what I mean? The LAXs, the Conans, the Latin, the Latin American Express, all those groups. Like
the Black Legion Militia.
I feel like we've never seen anything like that in this game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the most part.
I could be wrong because I haven't been in Raw long enough, but I could be wrong.
No, I think not to toot my own horn. I think Los Verdugos is it being one of the first longest factions in PWR, because I could say that for a record. The one with the diversity of being able to speak Spanish and not overuse it, but to throw in that factor and even though I'm perceived as the goddess of chaos, I still have that Latin edge. So I forgot who I was going against, where I took off my earrings and tossed my belt aside or whatever.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. And Evan was like, oh no, she took off her earrings. I'm like, see, that's what I need. I want people to understand. Once I take off my earrings and pull my hair up, shit's about to go down.
That was after Hot Rod's 17.8 promo.
You keep adding to his promos that never existed. Stop doing that.
Well, he keeps adding to his title reign, so he's up to 150 world titles. But I digress.
No comment.
Graves,
but I
be honest. You always wanted to be a part of Los Verdugos. I think everybody has it in them. I do.
No, you're the gringo.
Never wanted to be a part of Los Verdugos.
Never.
No. I want to tear apart Los Verdugos.
You're a Mark. What about you, Brooke? You wanted to be a Brooke. You started learning Spanish from the Rosetta Stone to think maybe there was maybe.
She hung up.
So she left.
Oh, what a shame.
By the way, Graves, A for awkward on that call-in. Thank you.
Yeah.
If I was a cheerleader, I would have had the A with the marker with the bright red, Evan, like A for awkward. It got he was like, who's this caller? She was like,
I said, get out of my house. That goes for cocksuckers and ringtards. Now get up off your asses and go. Come on.
Oh my
Y'all
God.
ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. I gotta get going. I think the Lord Jesus is calling me back to my homeland.
It's funny. It's funny you use Jesus when you just poured that communion. But yeah, I think it's been a hell of a show. Hey, Evan, I'll talk to you soon. Graves, it's always much love and respect, and thanks for letting me call in. Jilly, how many shows? You're just trying to build your. You know what? I'm gonna start doing.
How many clicks?
I need to get my views up. I need to get my views up. No.
Hey Scott, you just reached 50.
Damn it!
You're 4 behind.
You tried it.
That's it.
You tried it.
Jillian's at 368.
Hey, you get no appreciation being an owner, but hey, that's part of the game. I'm fine with it. I like you guys getting along right.
Just wait till you and her on the show together. Wait till you and her on the show together in a few weeks. That's going to be something special.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is this before we go. I'm 2-0. Bye. I'm 2-0. I only got 19 more to go, and I'll be 21-0. if I face 19 more matches, I got time. I'm not going anywhere. I got time. I got 19 more opponents to beat in my own group. I've already beat Brandon Daniels. Who else have I beat? Damn, I'm 1-0. All right, on that note, guys, I got a lot of work to do. I got 20 more victories to get before I reach superstar level status. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mac Bison. We're so glad
Love you guys.
Oh, God, he really tried. That's so cute. Him and his 50 views is adorable.
Hey, thank you, Scott, for calling in, and that was amazing. That was a little something I set up I told him to I'll give a spoiler alert, Jill. I told him to try to do a fake voice.
Oh, yeah, I knew that from a mile away. I knew it was him.
So, guys, we're coming up on 7 minutes left. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or you want to wrap this thing up? We can go around the room and just say what's on our minds, or plug whatever you want to plug. Evan, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah. So you guys can find me at the Standards of Greatness podcast. New episodes currently being edited by Brian. You can find me there. We're going to be going through some formatting changes, so that it'll be interesting. You can also find me in Pro Wrestling Reality and NEW New Era Wrestling.
Are you guys going video?
What was that?
Are you guys going video?
Not yet.
But there's talk.
If you listen to the episode once it comes out, it'll tell you everything.
When does that drop?
Probably Sunday night.
Okay. Good deal.
That's it.
So we'll get you out of here, Evan. And dude, thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah,
thanks for having me. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
And then there were two.
Once again.
I just want to say, out of character. I've been in character, out of character throughout the show. I do want the world to know that if it wasn't for you, I may not be in EFED anymore. You saved my EFED career, and I could never pay you back enough for that, Jill. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean that.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm glad you're having fun again. That's all that matters.
I am. And, I advise anybody that wants to have fun that are in these little shit leagues, like Blood Legion Wrestling or
Stop it.
XW.
We're not doing that. Stop it.
Come to PWR. Anybody want to be a promo artist and don't have to worry about the admin getting all up in the videos, dancing, come to PWR.
Just simple as that. If you want to have fun, no drama, family, good times, we goof at each other, we do group chats sporadically throughout the night. You can join PWR, you can reach me, and only me. Don't reach Darken, don't reach anybody else. Reach
no,
me.
You can't reach her. You can't reach her. She's unavailable. We're gonna close it out on this, Jill. Thank you for being my guest co-host. I hope we can do this again sometime soon.
Uh-huh.
And as we've done all night, let's close this out with a tribute to my friend Thomas Awesome Austin. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, unholy am I.